everybody, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me for Junk Journal July. And today I'm going to be working on the uh, challenge of Ephemeral, which is day 24. And I had to look that up. I thought I knew what it meant, but I wasn't 100% sure. But I'm glad I looked it up because there were so many different meanings for the word ephemeral. I mean, as far as how you take it and what context it's given. So it could be something that's short-lived, like fashions or things that happen in the media, like they're very quickly, burst onto the scene and then quickly forgotten. Or it could be things that are short-lived that are so striking that they stand out because it was such a brief, wonderful moment. And so, um, of course, that's kind of what I want to focus on, something on the positive side in this journal. And so I already had this page with butterflies. And to me, what could be more striking and ephemeral than a butterfly? They only live maybe on average 1 to 2 weeks. I'm going to take advantage of this page and use this as my basis for the prompt. And so it's going to be a little scary because I have to cut this out. So before I can cut this out, I need to figure out what's going on the other side. So I'm thinking of using this journaling card that's left over from the authentic papers that I've been using. And it has a little poem on it. It says, "I will ride, I will fly, chase the wind and touch the sky." Now I know the poetic prompt is coming up, and I know that to use this would be pretty cheesy, but maybe a little tongue-in-cheek there, but that's okay. I don't know if that's going to be used for that, but whether it is or not, I'm going to be using it on the back of this page. So now what I need to do is just go ahead and cut this out, and because it's in the journal already, I'm just going to do it off camera because I'm going to have to hold this at all kinds of weird angles. So I'm going to cut this out and I'll be back. Okay, so I did cut it out successfully without too much trouble. And then I glued this journaling card onto the back of the page. And then I cut a piece of glittered cardstock that is 1/8 of an inch wider and 1/8 of an inch longer than the butterfly piece. And so it's going to look like this, and it's going to be placed right back where it was before eventually. And then I also added another piece of like poster board thickness just to give it a little more dimension. And so by doing this, what I'm hoping for is that this piece is just highlighted from the rest of the page, but it's still right where it was before. So it's going to be raised up with a little bit of bling around it, and hopefully it'll look like it's just raised up from the page. So I've done this before, but I had the advantage of having two identical papers. So I'm just going to show you this page here. So let me just get these out of the way. So this is just a collaged paper, and I wanted to highlight this particular area on the collage. So I cut that out from the second piece of paper and mounted it onto heavyweight chipboard, and then just trimmed around it to make it look like the piece that was on the collage, and just inked around it and glued it right back in the same spot that it was before. So that's something that I think is fun to do. It kind of looks like it's a separate piece, like it maybe wasn't a piece of ephemera, but no, it was just part of the paper originally. So Anyway, this book that I'm showing you is my Alice in Wonderland um, project from a few years ago, and um, I call it my journal album hybrid because it was originally made for a photo album, but it has a lot of junk journal elements to it. And so, anyway, I'll just tuck that back in place. And it's large. It's like 8 by 10.5 or something like that. Okay. So I'll link to that in the description box or at the end of the video, just so that in case you're interested. And let's see, it's also on my Alice playlist. I do have a few Alice projects. And I ran out of ink on my little pumice stone ink pad, and I tried to order another one days ago, and it has not. It said it was going to get there in 2 days. It's been a week at least, and they keep saying it's delayed, delayed, delayed. I went to my local stores. Nobody has it. I don't have a local scrapbook store here anymore, so I can't order things through them. So if I don't get it soon, I'll have to order it from somebody else. So I'm just inking around the edges of this. So this, I'm using walnut stain, and it's considerably darker. So I might, I'm just wanting that to stand out, so I probably won't. I'm just going to ink this slightly. So it's kind of the same color, but, and I'm probably going to just come in a little bit more on the edges just to make it stand out just a little bit more. Okay, so before I mount this onto this chipboard piece, but what I want to do is, and this is another scary part for me, I just want these butterflies to stand out even more, and so I was thinking of just kind of doing some sketch lines around the butterflies, maybe adding antennas where there were none before, and well, okay, there it is, whether I like it or not. Let's just see what it looks like up next to the page. I don't think I should have added that walnut stain at all. I think that it makes this piece look a little bit dirty. So I'm going to do my best to try to wipe that off. I don't know, I might ruin the whole thing, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto the glittered paper. I think I need to soften this up a bit by adding some texture. So I think I'm going to go back to this trim that I've used before. So I think I'm going to cut it right there. Okay, so I'm going to glue this so that the little edge, straight edge there is over the cut off piece of the page. So I think I would like to put lace on the right side of this piece as well. So I took this, let's see, I think it's a platinum stickles, and I just outlined some of the butterflies and added the little gem here. And I haven't done anything to the blue butterfly because I'm going to be covering that up. And then I have some 49 and Market rub-ons in the background just to, I don't know, make it a little more interesting. And so I did end up adding the trim here, but I raised it up. I just thought I wanted just that little bit of scallop going around the edges. And so I am ready to glue this down onto the page. So I did end up wiping off some of that walnut stain with a slightly damp cloth, and it did kind of rough it up a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind the texture. And then I went ahead and used some pink watercolor in the background as well before I added on the rub-ons. Okay, that was hard to glue on. It just does not want to stay down right here. So for now, it's going to be good enough. And then on this bottom corner, I want to put this butterfly, and this is from Renee Bouquets, and it did have a copper antenna with it, but I'm not sure I want to use that. Let's see. It might just be a little too copper. I don't know, or it might pick up the rose gold. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not too jazzed about that. So I was thinking of just using the little antennas I drew for the blue butterfly, and I'm wishing now I'd drawn those antennas bigger. I don't dare go over that and try to make those antennas bigger because the angle's just not right on it. And I don't want to mess this up after all this work. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down right there. So I'm going to go through some of my embellishments and see what else I'd like to add to the page, and I'll be right back. So I added a little bit of this peachy pink trim here with the gold accents, and I think it goes really pretty with all the shiny that's up there. And then I also kind of lifted this up and punched a hole and added my little ribbon there. Just, I don't know, just for something a little extra. And then I found this washi tape, excuse me, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, so I just stuck this piece down right here, and I really like it, and I think it kind of ties over into the next page. So I'm probably going to use more of that. I'm just not sure wherever else I'm going to put it. Uh, it varies from blues and greens to the pinks, and I'm not sure if I want to add more to the bottom of the page or not, because I'm contemplating doing some kind of a title where I actually use the word ephemeral. Let's just see. Yeah, I don't mind that. We'll see. It kind of, the green kind of really stands out. Rather, everything's so muted. I'll have to think on that. Maybe I can find another piece. Um, Decided to move on, see what else I could find. So I found this butterfly, and it had a big gray body with antennas on it, and it was layered like this. I just deconstructed the butterfly, and I thought about trying to use this as well, but it hasn't really worked out yet. But I do like how the softness of this translucent piece just blends with this very soft print. So I needed something for it to sit on, and I found this little postcard. And so I've used some of the leftovers of the rub-ons from the 49 and Market, and then I was messing around with this, and I stuck this piece of washi tape up here, and I could not believe it. I kid you not. I stuck it there, and this little box where the um, rub-on has that total 40 cents, and it has a line here and a line here. It's the exact size as the box underneath where it has the little rectangle for the stamp. And I thought, oh my gosh, I mean, that was a one in a million. I could not believe that happened. So I'm just going to leave that there. That's going to be my little stamp because I don't think I have a stamp that small. So that'll work for that. And I'm thinking of just putting this on the edge of the page right here, maybe about right there. But I don't want to glue it down just yet. I want to just see, you know, what's going to happen. But I'll just kind of stick it down. And then, of course, I needed this to place my butterfly on. And I'll probably eventually use the stickles in the center where I took the body off. And I may or may not draw some antennas. I've got this going on right here, so I don't know. And then I found this little tag, and I thought that would be cute underneath here. And I want some texture, so I cut another piece of this, but I don't want that to get in the way of the washi. So I don't mind if it's like that. So, you know what, maybe I need to just, excuse me, the air, and it's just been hard, been rough as far as, plus I did have a cold a few days ago, so just a little bit of remnants of the cold, I think, too. But I feel fine. I just have the frog in my throat in the mornings, kind of a thing. Yeah, I think if I do that, I don't mind that at all. And it can kind of stick over the page. But maybe I'll cut another piece of this. Oh, no, no, I got this little, oh my gosh, it'll fit right there. Let's see. I'm always trying to decide which side looks better on this one. I think it's pretty evenly matched, but I don't know. I might have to scooch that one up just a little higher. Oh my gosh, yeah, that fits right there. How high do I want it to go? On the other side, I only had it to there. On this one, I think I might go a little lower there. But let me get another piece of this. You know, I am liking it, but what if no, I don't like that. Okay. I like this, but what if I made this into a pocket? It would have to be just from here to here because I'm going to keep that washi tape there. Yeah, I think I'll make this into a pocket. So let's take all this off, and this I'm going to attach down with some glue because I know this washi tape won't stick forever. So I think I'm going to add stickles to the body of this butterfly just to tie in with the other page. Well, for not knowing what I was going to do beyond putting that back on there, that it's come out pretty good so far. Oh, and I also need to find another piece of washi tape to go down here. And then I've got to decide if that's going to be good enough or do I need to add the title of Ephemeral there. So, okay, I'm going to let this dry and I'll be back. So you can see that I finished my layout. Before I could finish editing my video, I went to go visit my kids and my grandson, and we just had a wonderful weekend. But when I came back, I couldn't find that recording where I had made the tags and added the finishing touches. So I'll just have to walk you through it. I believe I left off where I was waiting for the stickles on my butterfly to dry. And to finish that off, I went ahead and sketched the lines around the edges and drew the antenna there just to tie it in with the butterflies that are up here. And I think that just really makes it cohesive. And then I added a little few bits more of washi tape in places. And then you can see here I did go ahead and add a title with some rose gold or coppery looking letter stickers, and these gave me such a hard time. The stickers were ripping apart, and for some reason they were very fragile, and I had to make the M out of two N's because I didn't have an M. I didn't think I did too bad of a job though. And then I went ahead and decided I really did need some antennas there, but I chose to use this gray because it's just kind of a soft muted color and it kind of ties in with the grays in the paper. And so these antennas came from the butterfly that I had deconstructed here, and I just cut the antennas off the bod and just glued them onto the page. Before I glued them on, however, I did paint over that section where I had drawn the antennas in, and I added a couple little pearls here to the lace. I just think that helps that lace stand out just a little bit more. And I think that's all I've added other than the tags. And so this little tag here, I got a collection of these with varying different designs on there. I don't know where I got these, but they're so fun to use in junk journals. They already have the holes punched in them, so all I had to do was just add a little bit of extra trim from cutting that. And so I'm just setting that there. Then I have a little ticket from Prima from the Poetic Rose collection, and I just used my mini zigzag scissors and just, cut those edges there to make it look a little more like a ticket. And then these stamps here are from the digital freebies that we got from Get Messy Art. As you go to their webpage to join in on the collaboration, you get the prompts and the digitals, which I showed everything in my very first video for this journal. And so I just took those scissors and also just went around the edges, kept the two stamps together just so they can be more easily pulled in and out of the pocket, and inked up the edges just a little bit. And I do have a playlist that will have all of my Journal July videos there. So you can go back to that very first one and see how I constructed my journal and the little digitals and everything that was part of the introductory collection from Get Messy Art. So anyway, that's it. So I hope you like it. I would love to know in the comments what you think about the little extra added dimension I added to the corner. And if you've ever done anything like that before, I'd love to hear. And what do you think about the overall piece in general? So I look forward to hearing your comments, and that thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can join me for the rest of this journal process. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.